Hey everybody, this is American Nana. I hope everybody is doing really well today. I I have to start off by saying, first of all, I am not a legal scholar. I'm not an attorney. Um, these opinions are strictly mine, and take them for what they may be. So I'm a little confused in whether or not Donna Adelson's attorney understands that when they make, I would think, this is my thought is, if you put something in a legal document and you file it with a court, that you should maybe make sure that your information that you're putting in that is actually the truth. So, um, I'm just going to give my opinions real quick on a couple things. I mean, it's what, 18 pages, and I highlight just a few. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to cover. One is just, mm, so we're going to share the screen, and it is, do this one. All right. So let's see if I have this. Okay, I do. So I don't know if that's big enough for y'all to see. You have to excuse my lines, they're just not the straightest of everything. But I want to point out, just these are in my mind. Um, so Mrs. Adelson requests leave to interview juror number 5 and juror number 7. Now, I just want to just point out for her attorneys to feel free to go on the internet and you'll see some of the jurors' interviews. You'll see the juror with a TikTok. You can go and check her account and see what she has to say. And that should answer your questions because I don't think you have any other business asking them questions. I also think it's pretty low blow to go after this jury. Okay. If I were on trial, let me just say this. If I were on trial for something I did not do, I didn't do it, I would want that judge and that jury because that's how strongly I believe they both took their jobs. I think that the judge was fantastic. I loved him. Um, how he maintained composure watching the Three Stooges over there at the defendant's table, uh, I'll never know. And to me, they were actually the Three Stooges. If you take the two counselors and Donna Adelson, for as much time as they've had to prepare for this case, I would have felt they would have been a little bit more professional. But then I thought, well, maybe they're trying for ineffective counsel to get her off. By getting up there and pretending to be struggling. I guess you don't have a whole lot of choices because when you're trying to disprove the truth, it's not as easy as one would think. I mean, the truth or the facts that were coming out couldn't have been argued with. Or, I mean, they are what they are, right? So here we go. Let me just let me just point this out because this just amazes me. Um, Here, let me see if I can. All right, maybe y'all can read that. Maybe you can blow it up and read it. I don't know. These are my things. So Number 4 says Mrs. Adelson files this motion for a new trial on the following grounds: juror misconduct, which I haven't seen. And then this other one, just so interesting to me. The court erred in a decision of any matter of law which arose during the trial. Okay. Now, as I said, I'm not a lawyer, but I would think that if you had a specific thing you could point to that the judge may have done in your opinion, you should actually include that here. I don't think that you can do an appeal. Can you really? Just based on that statement, the court erred in a decision of any matter of law which arose during the trial. So to me, that's like, okay, judge, I'm sure you did something wrong. Whatever it is, we're appealing because of that. Now, I could be wrong. Somebody let me know, but that's how I took it. Now, this other thing says subsequent to the trial, juror number 7, and then in red is because I disagree, went viral on TikTok. I went back and I looked and yeah, no, she didn't go viral. Um, but she did actually post on TikTok that she was selected as a juror on August 26th, 2025. She did not say for what case. She did not say for what courtroom. She did not say for what judge. She didn't say, come follow me for updates. She didn't say anything. What she did was basically thanked God for answering her prayer of needing a break, just a short break from real life. And if you paid attention, and you look since you were there, you would see that she has the most precious little baby boy who has an extremely dangerous, um, could change in a minute heart issue. He has HLHS, and I would I would venture to guess that sitting in a courtroom and listening to this kind of stuff would just really take that focus and put it a little bit back in the back for back portion of her day, because it's probably always one of her number one focuses. How do you not focus on that? So, you know, we have those two things. But then we have, uh, then she stated, as the undersigned has been informed, that particular TikTok was deleted by the juror from her account. So is the undersigned going to be Jackie? Is that who the undersigned is? Because Sweetie Pie, I think you might should have done a little bit more investigation into this, because that video is in fact still up. I'll be glad to play it for you. So, yeah, I don't know who wrote this, if it was, Jackie or Joshua, but either one of you, let's see, sort of, you really should have, like, I don't know, done some due diligence and looked yourself, maybe? Do you think? I mean, and this one I love. Juror number 5 appeared on the podcast Surviving the Survivor. During his appearance, he revealed how he considered how Mrs. Adelson reacted to the evidence and testimony admitted during the trial. Okay, who wouldn't? I mean, you're sitting in a courtroom and, Jackie, let me just point out for you the few times that your client did try to get the jury's attention with her pretend crying and her pretend unhappiness, you would have loved for the jury to have considered that behavior. But you certainly didn't want them paying attention to her rolling the eyes, um, facial expressions when Rob was. I don't think that they were in there when she rolled her eyes when the Markels gave their victim impact statements, and she rolled her eyes when they brought up the name Rob. But if you watched her behavior, Rob coming in compared to Wendy coming in, yeah, that wouldn't have looked very good for your client, really. But then you wanted her to be able to pull on heartstrings when possible. So you can't have it both ways. And the most ridiculous thing about putting this in your filing, in my opinion, is the next sentence. Although he subsequently stated he obviously did not consider that during deliberations, that he considered Mrs. Adelson's reactions whatsoever is concerning, as her reactions are not evidence and are extrinsic or external rather than rather than that which inheres in the verdict. So, yeah, no, that, you answered your own thing right there. And just out of curiosity, who wouldn't? Okay, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't watch the defendant? I mean, if I was sitting on a jury, I'm obviously going to see the defendant. If you don't want us to see them at all, then they need to be in a little box where they can peek out, nobody can see in. And the that's not how it works, is it? That's just not how it works. So let me help you out, Jackie, since you tend to not understand how to vet your own information that you're putting into a filing that I believe you swear to is true and you give it to the court. You expect the judge to make a ruling, yet you gave him the wrong information. So hold on for just 1 minute while I get a little bit to help you out. Okay, so this was posted on, I believe, 8/25, 8/26 of 2025, and I believe it had 12,000 views, which I'm sorry, it's just not viral. Okay, Jackie, it's just not viral. But whether you have struggles or not with technology, I don't TikTok very well whatsoever. And I had absolutely no trouble finding this for you. So you may want to let the judge know, ma'am. Just let him know that, yeah, no, you were wrong. The video is still up. And it says, when I told God I needed a break, and He makes it, so I am selected to serve on a jury for a 2-week trial. She's thanking God for some solace in her mind. So I think it's an absolutely adorable little video. What a cutie little thing. So there you have it, Miss Jackie. There is your deleted TikTok video. Okay? That's your deleted TikTok video that you claimed was in there. And as far as people watching your client, um, quite frankly, I know that you really, really wish that they would have taken in the fake crying that she did, but that would have just played against her, in all honesty, if they would have paid attention. But to have any concerns whatsoever that someone noted how a defendant is behaving or reacting, I mean, you're gonna see it, right? It doesn't matter. You're gonna see it. So it just I'm amazed. I'm amazed. But to go after this judge, who in my opinion had more patience than, well, he had so much patience with you people, let me say, because I watched the trial. But um, he was a very, very professional, down to business judge, controlled his courtroom, and I believe had the respect of just about everybody watching him. Did a fantastic job. Revived my faith a little bit in the judicial system. After all, I watched Beverly over there in Massachusetts just butcher it all to heaven and back. So let me just help you out. If you're thinking that you're going to actually have this granted, get your tissues out now, Sugar Plum, because if somebody like me can tell you that you're like grasping at straws, you're grasping. I, I, I I mean, I'm sure that the judge will put it in a much more professional etiquette than I would even think of to say for you. I have a lot of thoughts about you, ma'am. Just don't want to ruin my day at all. And I'll leave it at that. So I want to say to the jury foreperson, I think you're an absolutely adorable young lady. I pray for your son. I am honorary Nana to Captain Corey, who at age 11 set sail because of his HLHS that he was born with. And my heart goes out to your family. And I hope that you were able to have a little break from all the stress that that brings you. And for the other jurors, I want to say, hey, I think you were great. Um, and Jackie, and I can't remember the other dude's name, but really and honestly, if you want to interview the jurors, may I just suggest just go watch their interviews on YouTube. You see, after the trial is over, they actually have the right to discuss if they want to. They don't have to. And then people like you are going to make jurors not want to talk when the rest of us really are very interested in their thoughts because I personally think that they did a phenomenal job and they made sure that that verdict was true and agreed on by everybody and that nobody even had a doubt. And for that, Jackie, you should thank the jurors. After all, had she truly been not guilty, sweet pea, they'd have seen that a mile away, just like they saw this for what it was. I hope everybody enjoys their day and be safe, be kind. It's okay, it's easy. Just be a kind human. Toodles.